Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sharon Stone with your top stories now. Safety officials on the East Coast are urging people to stay off the beaches and out of buildings. Multiple buildings have been deemed unsafe. They could collapse from the extent of damage. Shelters have opened in Volusia County for anyone who has been displaced by the storm. Some of the beaches along the Canaveral National Seashore are expected to reopen in the coming days, though some are still closed due to flooding and extensive damage. Apollo Beach will reopen on Monday. If you're heading into downtown Orlando this weekend, do be prepared for traffic to be a bit stop and go. EDC is back in town. The festival is taking place at Tinker Field at Camping World Stadium through Sunday. Thousands of people are attending. Here's a check of your Klystron 13 forecast with Central Florida's team of weather experts.
We had a pretty nice Saturday afternoon, warm out there with highs back into the 80s. Now, as we go into Sunday, we're actually tracking a cold front that will drop our temperatures and lower the humidity a bit. Overnight, we'll have some passing clouds. Temperatures not too bad, low to mid 60s. As we head into Sunday afternoon, there could be a few showers around as that cold front works in. Temperatures back into the 70s, and on top of those relatively cooler temperatures, we're looking at some lower humidity to close out the weekend and start the upcoming week.
They said, oh, everything looks fine. So an hour later, they said, half of your wall is gone.
Cleanup work continues along our East Coast following Hurricane Nicole. Initial financial assessments estimate the cost of damage in Volusia County to be more than $481 million. That number is expected to rise. Multiple hotels, high-rises, and homes have been deemed unsafe, and residents have been forced out. We have continuous team coverage on the restoration efforts. Jesse Canales is in New Smyrna Beach. Celeste Springer is in Wilbur by the Sea. We begin first with Brandon T. Jones, who is in Daytona Beach Shores tonight. Damage left behind by Hurricane Nicole is still being evaluated in Volusia County. It will likely remain that way for weeks, if not months. Several buildings in Daytona Beach Shores have been deemed unsafe for residents to return, but many say they have nowhere else to go. Spectrum News 13's Brandon T. Jones is in Daytona Beach Shores with the message from officials tonight.
Yeah, Sharon, today we found out that there's still more than 20 buildings just in the shores alone that have been deemed unsafe to live in. Safety officials are urging the residents of these buildings not to return in the meantime and to not go inside. Currently, we're standing in front of a couple of those buildings that are on the list. The problem right now is that residents have been returning ever since the storm. And for those who do choose to come back, officials say there's nothing they can do for those who take the risk. According to the Public Works Director for Daytona Beach Shores, the 25 structures are at risk of imminent collapse.
We are not going to put our first responders' lives at risk for people who are defying the chief building official's order. What that means is we will not be going into any of these structures to provide any services.
Chief Fowler says each of the buildings needs to have an independent structural engineer to come in and provide a report on the safety of the structure. Once that report is finished, the chief building official in the city will then determine whether it's safe for residents to return. Since the morning, 2 of the buildings have been given the go-ahead to return residents. That's the Twin Towers North and South. Chief Fowler says Volusia County has opened shelters for individuals in this current situation. The city is also encouraging residents to stay with friends and families until buildings are determined to be safe. As for the damage totals, the current assessment here in Daytona Beach Shores is $370 million. That's about 3/4 of the total assessment in Volusia County. Reporting on scene in Daytona Beach Shores, Brandon T. Jones, Spectrum News.
In New Smyrna Beach, 2 waterfront buildings at the Las Barisas condominiums have been condemned. Board members and residents there say the lack of a protective seawall there has long been a point of contention. Other high-rises on the beach nearby do have such seawalls. Residents tell us it was only last week that the state government said their 2 waterfront buildings are vulnerable enough to need one. That was only after losing some of the sand dunes there to Hurricane Ian.
We've been very lucky with hurricanes. I've been here 20 years and we've had 1 or 2 swipe us, but nothing like Nicole. And hence the reason for the seawall. We'll build it back better, increase the property value, safety. We'll be fine, but the homeowners have to pay for it, and it's not going to be cheap.
More than a dozen Volusia County condos suffered damage during Nicole. New Smyrna Beach is another area in Volusia County where damages are totaling millions of dollars. Many entrances to the beach were damaged, and so were several buildings and homes. Jesse Canales continues our coverage from there tonight.
Bernie Mac stares in disbelief at what Nicole did to one of his favorite spots, Chase's on the beach.
We come down every now and then and we're just devastated that this has happened to our beach.
Up until October, every weekend, residents tell us it was packed with people having a good time. They say last month they closed for renovations, and now this happened.
Seeing it now is just, it's just depressing.
Several homes were also damaged during the storm. Charles Jacobson counts his blessings because his home took very little damage despite seawater surrounding his home.
And that's coming across the front of my property towards my garage.
He credits the storm prep and renovations he made to make his home more hurricane resistant.
It took off our shingles. It didn't do a lot of damage to my windows or whatever because I used to put plywood over them, but now I have hurricane windows and doors.
Still, seeing what his neighbors are going through is devastating.
Now that I hear about people's houses going into the ocean, that's just beyond terrible.
In New Smyrna Beach, Jessica Canales, Spectrum News.
Well, some of the damaged buildings Volusia County deemed unsafe to live in are along Atlantic Avenue, the street where that restaurant sits. In total, officials estimate about $51 million worth of damage there. The only city with a higher estimate is Daytona Beach Shores. If you need help cleaning up after Nicole, you can call the number on your screen to get in contact with Crisis Cleanup. Volunteers might be able to assist with cutting fallen trees, drywall, flooring, appliance removal, and mold mitigation. That line will be active until Friday, November 25th, so make sure to call as soon as possible to save your spot. The service is free, but not guaranteed. Sunrail says they plan to get back to regular service starting Monday. Crews have inspected the tracks and removed debris from the storm at all railroad gates. Signals have also been tested successfully. Sunrail says customers with weekly, monthly, or annual SunCard passes will receive a credit for the days that train line was closed. You can keep up with road closures, power outages, and the latest post-storm assessments on the Spectrum News app. Be sure to download the app and enable the weather alerts function there. You can set which alerts you want to receive. The Spectrum News app is for free. You can get it in the Apple App Store or Google Play. Developing news now, a tragedy in Dallas. Two planes collided at an air show with several people on board. It happened at the Wings Over Dallas air show early Saturday afternoon. That's a look at the crash site there. More than 40 rescue crews quickly responded to the scene. Officials are holding off for now on saying how many victims there are until the families are notified. It is unknown at this time what went wrong, but the organization's CEO says all of their pilots are highly qualified.
What I can tell you is this is not their first rodeo. These guys are very well versed. They spend their summer times. Many of them are airline pilots, retired military pilots like myself.
The FAA and NTSB are investigating. First responders rushed to the scene of an aircraft crash in Titusville. Brevard County Fire Rescue shared some photos of the scene with us. Happened around 12:30 Saturday afternoon. The Sheriff's Office says one person on board is suffering from multiple fractures after he crashed his ultralight aircraft into that wooded lot. We are working to learn more details about what led to the crash, as well as getting an update on the flyer's condition. Sanford police are investigating a late-night murder after an officer found an 18-year-old mother dead in her car at Coastline Park. Law enforcement says Kaylin Fiengo died from a gunshot wound. Police believe she went to that location intending to meet someone she knew. Authorities are still working to learn what exactly happened there, but anyone with information is asked to call Crime Line 1-800-423-TIPS. Reflecting on their service, how veterans are appreciating celebrations and also honoring the work they did for our country.
Central Florida is a community where people quickly become connected with one another.
When you watch your evening news, you'll see a reflection of yourself, your issues, your neighborhood.
And I hope by seeing our stories, people become better informed and inspired to be involved in our communities.
We're stronger together, and I feel lucky to be able to call this home. Join us for your evening news on Spectrum News 13 and on the Spectrum News app.
So, I thought you guys were built for business. This network solution doesn't feel like it works for mine.
That's accurate. Yeah.
Accurate.
You're just gonna have to accept it.
Yeah, accept it.
We get it.
Something I said.
At Spectrum Enterprise, we design solutions around your needs for success on your terms. Because we believe technology only works if it works for you. So go ahead. Be unreasonable.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Sugar triggers the release of dopamine, the chemical closely linked to pleasure in the brain. So you're saying sugar is a drug?
In essence, sugar is just pure calories that does not supply any nutritive value to our body.
Colon cancer in patients under the age of 50 is projected to rise over 100%, within the next decade.
I don't think that it's ever too late to create healthy habits.
Exploring Your Health, available on the Spectrum News app.
There were a few showers earlier this evening in portions of southern Brevard County. However, most of us made it through the day rain-free, and we had beautiful sights like this in Volusia County today. A nice break from all the active weather there in Daytona Beach. Gordon Forbes sending us that sunset sky there over Volusia County. Another gorgeous shot here. A few more clouds, though, over Palm Coast. This sunset sky from Donna. Can always upload those weather pictures in the weather section on the Spectrum News app. Download it in the app stores. Once you download it, turn on the notifications. It'll let you know if there's any rain or severe weather nearby. Now, we could have some showers around for your Sunday, but it's not going to be severe, and the rain chance is pretty low. The reason we'll have that rain chance, cold front working in, and it will lower our temperatures back into the 70s for highs and lower the humidity a bit for the second half of the weekend. So as we head into the overnight and toward daybreak, we may have a few spotty showers right along the I-75 corridor in Sumter and Marion counties or back toward the Gulf Coast. As we head toward about mid-morning, 10, 11 o'clock, there's that rain chance around Orlando, Sanford, Lake Mary, and then stretching to the east between about noon and 1 around Melbourne, Mico, Yeehaw Junction, Kenansville, Narcoossee. May see a little bit of shower activity. It's not going to be widespread. It's not going to last for too long. Only about a 20% coverage of rain. Now, as we head into Monday morning, we'll wake up to temperatures in the 50s. So stepping out early for that Monday morning commute back into work or school, may need a light jacket or a sweatshirt. Overnight, temperatures not too bad for this evening, down into lower 60s by daybreak on Sunday. Highs staying below 80 tomorrow, but close to our average high for a change, which is right around 79. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s with that slight chance for a passing shower. So tomorrow we have a cold front, and there's another front heading our way in the extended forecast. We'll show you the temperature swings ahead with your full forecast in less than 10 minutes. Right now, it's Kleister on 13.
The city of Orlando celebrated Veterans Day on Saturday. The annual parade made its way through downtown, and it opened with a tribute to those who fought for our country. It was led by Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer and local veterans. This year's theme for the parade was celebrating the 80th anniversary of the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps and women accepted for volunteer emergency service. People are celebrating veterans this weekend with parades and ceremonies. A Bay Area veteran chose to honor the day with reflection and woodwork. Spectrum News shares his journey with us.
In his garage, carving out a new mission for himself. After 3 decades in Special Forces, he's reveling in the solitude of woodworking, crafting cutting boards from exotic wood.
My whole 31 years in the military, everything was done with a team. And 9 times out of 10, I was the team leader, and I relished that. I loved it, but when I got out, I needed something different.
Yet the colonel will never steer too far from the uniform. It runs in his blood. Most everything in his shop has a name tracing back to his military life.
I didn't want to lose the essence of what I am, which is a soldier. No matter what I've done after my life in the Army, I'm gonna die a soldier, so that's gotta stay part of my life.
But indeed, the biggest part of Jeff's life is the love of his life, his high school sweetheart, Linda.
It wasn't just me that served and sacrificed, without a doubt. From, I don't want to belabor this, but from Linda having to deal with all the parties and pomp and circumstance and putting things like this together for our memories, all the way to having the knock at the door and the chaplain coming to talk to her.
The family faced tragedy when Jeff was injured in a deadly helicopter crash.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's... Never want that.
Newborn baby. Yeah.
Yeah, but we were the lucky ones, so...
That's why she's a veteran, too.
A retirement gift hanging on the wall serves as a reminder of that sacrifice. Jeff, a Green Beret, can't help but think about it all, especially this month when veterans and their families are being honored.
It's very emotional for me because a lot of the guys that are listed on there passed away in a helicopter crash that we were in as a team in 1990, and I was able to survive, continue the rest of my career. Those guys did not, and so I keep that with me.
It wasn't until Jeff retired that he realized how serious his own injuries were from that crash. Doctors diagnosed him with a traumatic brain injury.
I'm not 100%, but I'll get there.
And woodworking is helping him to do that, finding freedom outside of the military.
I tried to start taking days off, and I can't take a day off.
This veteran transforming exotic wood and learning things about himself he never knew before, but always keeping the soldier in his heart. In Hillsborough County, I'm Dahlia Dangerfield for Spectrum News.
Jeff Goebel named his woodworking business DOL Woodcraft. DOL standing for De Oppressor Liber, which means to free the oppressed. It is the motto of the U.S. Army Special Forces where he served. Taking on a new role and still serving others. The opportunities more veterans are taking up to help their communities.
Spectrum News 13 is brought to you by Fields BMW. Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Here are your winning lottery numbers.
Central Florida Beyond the Soundbite, a Spectrum News 13 podcast that offers a closer look inside the issues, available now on the Spectrum News app.
Stay connected on the go with the Spectrum News app. Watch your trusted Spectrum News 13 team live wherever you are and stay updated on the local news and weather forecasts that matter to you. Spectrum News, your community connection. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
Central Florida is my home. I grew up here. In our podcast, Central Florida Beyond the Soundbite, Greg Angel, Gary Darling, and I sit down with people creating change and finding solutions.
Central Florida Beyond the Soundbite. Available on the Spectrum News app.
Hey man, are you Alpocalypse 423?
Yeah.
What's the deal? You got me running all over the place day and night.
Oh, I have Spectrum now. Fastest Wi-Fi speeds around.
Oh, that's cool. How about we just pump the brakes though, now and again? This thing's like 2,000 pounds. You want to hold it?
Yes, I do.
Well, you can't, because it'll rip your arms right out of your body. And then how are you going to play your game?
I'm sorry, it's just really, really fast.
What if I just split your house in half with my Warhammer?
It still works out here, so it's pointless.
Spectrum One delivers the fastest Wi-Fi speeds in the nation. That's game-changing speed. That's Spectrum One.
Okay, Dad. 1,
2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
This hurricane season, stay informed and prepared with the Spectrum News app. Get up-to-the-minute information from your weather experts, live Clystron 13 radar, and set up essential alerts when you need them most. Spectrum News, your community connection. Available on the App Store and Google Play. And the Spectrum News 13 weather experts will always keep you ahead of the storm with the fastest and most detailed information, plus the context you need to be prepared, keeping you safe this hurricane season on your television and on the go with the Spectrum News app.
As we head into the upcoming week, we're tracking a couple of cold fronts. The first cold front is slated to arrive on Sunday. It will bring the chance for a few showers, but the rain chances won't be widespread or significant, so outdoor plans on Sunday still not looking too bad. Here's a wider view of what's going on Clystron 13. Cold front back to the north and west, right around the panhandle of Florida. That will head our way by morning tomorrow. And then we could see some showers by mid-morning, early afternoon along the I-4 corridor. This evening, pretty nice evening. We did have some showers in southern Brevard County. Those have worked offshore, so our attention turns to this front. Today, our winds were out of the west and southwest, pulling in those warmer temperatures. Highs spiked into the 80s. Tomorrow, behind this front, winds will shift out of the north and keep our temperatures below 80. And also usher in some drier air, so we'll lower the humidity a bit. Here's a look at the rain chances over the next several days. You can see that 20% coverage of rain for Sunday, so it's not going to be widespread or significant rain. Monday, Tuesday, outside of a stray shower, I think we're looking pretty good. May see rain chances increase a bit by midweek ahead of another cold front. And you can see here with the temperature trend, the red line is the forecast highs compared to our average highs, which are in the upper 70s. So we're going to be right around normal for our temperature Sunday and Monday. Then we warm things back up briefly Tuesday and Wednesday before another cold front arrives by the end of the week. So this first front that's back toward the panhandle this evening rolls through as we head toward daybreak on Sunday. So really it's probably mid-morning through about noon, 1 o'clock that we could have a few showers around. But again, it's not going to be those typical heavy downpours that we're used to in Central Florida. The beaches, they're still hazardous because of all the debris, and the surf is still rough. Rip current risk is moderate, so just stay away from the waters. Mariners, with the front moving through, the winds will kick up, seas will be up a bit at 3 to 4 feet with choppy conditions on the Intracoastal Waterway. The extended forecast showing those temperatures for highs in the 70s Sunday and Monday. Then we warm back up ahead of our next front Tuesday and Wednesday. Behind the front by Thursday, we're back down into the 70s for highs. May see some more showers by the end of the upcoming week for Friday and next Saturday.
November is National Veterans and Military Families Month, a time to honor our nation's heroes. A new class of men and women are right now training to join the ranks of the Seminole County Fire Department, and more of the recruits are coming from a military background. For the first time, nearly a third of the new class is veterans. Spectrum News 13's Jeff Allen takes us inside their training to show us why more veterans are becoming firefighters.
Robert Garcia is training to react fast.
Going down. 1, 2, 3.
So he and his fellow future firefighters are ready to save lives.
That's good right there. All right, let's get the block.
He's building a brotherhood, much like what he had in the military, a group that will help him launch a career in firefighting.
Just knowing that I have these group of brothers behind me and having this tight-knit family makes being able to do a job as hectic and, as distraught as this one, it makes being able to do it a lot easier, and it makes me that much more passionate about it.
Garcia is one of 27 new recruits training to join the Seminole County Fire Department. He's one of 8 veterans in the class. Garcia says that military experience means one thing he won't have to learn here is his drive to protect the safety of others.
I just have that in the back of my head all the time, and that's kind of been drilled into me since, since boot camp and stuff, is having the thought of others before the thought of yourself.
Garcia, a U.S. Marine, decided to leave the military for new challenges. He's from South Florida, and after the condo collapse in Surfside, he raised $2,000 for victims' families there, and he brought supplies to first responders. He says he felt out of place not being on the front lines of that response.
There's a lot of difficulty that comes through this job, and that's why it takes a special kind of person, and I'm willing to train. I don't think that I have all that's there and that's needed to do this job, but I definitely do have the work ethic and the will to do what it takes.
Seminole County Battalion Chief Jason Moore, the department's chief recruiter, says veterans have always been great firefighters.
When we're in a life or death situation, we need things to be done quickly, efficiently, and without too many questions. So as long as we can pick up those military people with discipline, and they've already got kind of that rank structure, that chain of command involved in them, it really works out really well for us.
Garcia is looking forward to continuing his service now to the people of Seminole County.
Being able to grow as a person, but being able to help people in the process. I mean, there's not a lot of jobs out there that you can be able to do that. And so that's why people will tell you that this is one of the best jobs in the world.
In Seminole County, Jeff Allen, Spectrum News.
While more veterans are joining the fire department, there are already many in the ranks. About 10% of current Seminole County firefighters are veterans. The Legal Aid Society of the Orange County Bar Association is providing free legal clinics for veterans. The service shut down during the pandemic, but organizers are ready to bring it back. Over the next few months, there will be 2 locations, one at the VA hospital in Lake Nona, another at Baldwin Park. No need to make an appointment. Picking up the pieces the site's residents are faced with as they try to return home.
I'm Allison Walker, and this week on In Focus.
We're teaching families how to manage their money because with the high prices of food, rent, gas, we're really trying to teach families how to save every buck that they can because we don't see this crisis changing.
It's not just restaurants and grocery stores dealing with food shortages. Our local food banks are feeling the effects as well. So this Sunday, we'll examine the ongoing efforts to feed those in need right now, despite delays and even higher costs. So addressing food insecurity and hunger, that is on this week's In Focus, Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. right here on Spectrum News 13.
From sunrise to sunset, stay informed with the Spectrum News morning and evening briefings, keeping you connected throughout your day from your team at News 13, providing you with local news that matters to you and your daily weather planners. Turn on notifications in the Spectrum News app for every weekday update. Spectrum News, your community connection. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
Small business owners, slow internet is nonsense. You deserve the fastest speeds in the nation. You deserve Spectrum Business. In fact, thousands of independent tests confirm that Spectrum is the clear winner when it comes to speed, the fastest in the nation. Boom! It's that fast. Actually, it's much faster.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Two things you can always count on with hurricane season. Every hurricane is different.
Vicetron 13 actually able to pick up on those out of range bands.
And the Spectrum News 13 weather experts will always keep you ahead of the storm.
We are monitoring 2 disturbances in the Atlantic.
Tracking storms coast to coast with the fastest and most detailed information. Plus the context you need to be prepared. The weather experts only on Spectrum News 13, keeping you safe this hurricane season on your television and on the go with the Spectrum News app.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Sharon Stone with your top stories now. 2 buildings in Daytona Beach shores have been deemed safe for residents to return. The Twin Towers North and South on South Atlantic Avenue were originally on the list of the unsafe locations following Hurricane Nicole. The chief building official deemed the buildings safe after reviewing their condition report. FEMA says they will reopen their disaster recovery center in Daytona Beach Monday. It was originally opened to help victims of Hurricane Ian. The site on Holstenbeck Drive will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 7 days a week. Orange County Sheriff's deputies helping community members prepare for Thanksgiving. They handed out hundreds of turkeys and food supplies today to families to help them celebrate the upcoming holiday. Now a check of your weather with certified meteorologist Chris Gilson.
We may squeeze out a few showers on your Sunday, but it won't be significant rain if you have outdoor plans. Overnight, we'll see those temperatures dropping back into the low to mid 60s, so not too bad. As we head into the afternoon, notice these cooler temperatures. Again, highs only into the middle to upper 70s, but that's a little bit closer to our average high for this time of the year. As the cold front moves in, it may trigger a few isolated showers. Overall, though, the rain chance is fairly low.
Cleanup efforts are in full swing in Volusia County, where officials are calling the damage from Hurricane Nicole unprecedented. Dozens of homes, condos, and hotels lay empty. Officials have deemed the buildings unlivable. Our Celeste Springer has been in Wilbur by the Sea all day and shows us what residents are trying to do to overcome the devastating losses.
Once beautiful shores, now covered with debris. The backs of homes wiped away, exposing kitchens, bathrooms, and the lives of a once sparkling neighborhood. Damage in Volusia County now sits at over $481 million. 19 buildings are considered completely destroyed. Head up the beach ramp, though, you'll find Matthew Clayton.
I've lived in this area for 30 years, and even with the 4 hurricanes in 04, we didn't have that much beach erosion.
Clayton works to restore power to a neighbor's home. He's one of the lucky ones in this part of town. He didn't see much damage at home down the road, but it's a busy workday for him as he works to keep the lights on for those next door.
Quite a few of these people lost basically their lives. Everything they ever did their life might have been in that house.
Just a few houses down, dreaded orange signs hang on doors.
We're all in it together, and if we don't help each other, it's just not going to work.
Her house and all her keepsakes inside are exposed to the elements. The resident of 30 years couldn't do any of this cleanup without friends, family, and neighbors coming in to help.
It's not about where you live or politics or anything like that, because sooner or later, we're all stripped naked, and this is what we have, and we only have each other.
She says she hopes those watching see this story as an all call for help. Volusia County needs you, and they can't get through this alone. Reporting in Wilbur by the Sea, Celeste Springer, Spectrum News.
Our team coverage continues at the top of the hour. We're taking a look at the destruction along the Volusia County coastline and how residents are dealing with the aftermath and what remains of their homes. You can keep up with road closures, power outages, and the latest post-storm assessments on the Spectrum News app. Be sure to download the app and just enable the weather alerts function there. You can set which ones you want to receive. The Spectrum News app is free. You can get it on the Apple App Store or Google Play. The new Florida Senate leaders want to make some changes to the state's abortion law. Incoming Senate President Kathleen Passidomo wants to reduce the 15-week ban to 12 weeks. That's according to our partners at the Orlando Sentinel. Passidomo will be sworn in this month as the third woman to be the state Senate's president. Incoming House President, Republican Paul Renner of Palm Coast, says the House would likely support additional restrictions as well. December 6th is when Altamont Springs voters will head back to the polls to decide a runoff election for the District 2 Commission seat. There were 3 candidates, but none received more than 50% of the total votes. Garrity Remy was the top vote getter with almost 37%. She will face Michael Brunsheen, who received 36% of the votes. The winner will be sworn in during the December 9th commission meeting. To see all the winners of the midterm elections, go to mynews13.com. Just click on the election results page. You know, November is actually Manatee Awareness Month, an annual dedication to the sea cow. November was first declared Manatee Awareness Month back in 1979 when the state started designating manatee protection zones where the mammals gather during the winter. November is also the time of year when manatees move to Florida's warmer waters during migration. A rare manatee rescue was captured on video in Tampa. The FWC Manatee Rescue Coordinator says he did it by using the strong bond between a mother and her calf. Spectrum News 13's Josh Rojas has more.
The vultures are doing their thing, scavenging.
FWC's Andy Garrett is checking out a turtle carcass on the Eckerd College campus shore. Andy says if that carcass was a dolphin or manatee, he'd take it back to the lab.
If it's a carcass in decent condition, like a fresh carcass, we'd like to get it back to our lab because we can get better samples.
Andy knows the Eckerd campus well. He graduated from the college back in 1999 with a degree in marine science. As a student, Andy used to fish off this dock where he'd see large marine animals.
This is definitely an area, manatee. There's a big seagrass bed over there along that Indian Key, but they definitely come through here. I've actually been fishing on this pier, and I've seen them go underneath the dock or the pier and go by.
Andy's fond of manatees. After all, he's the state's Manatee Rescue Coordinator. Andy works out of the Marine Mammal Pathobiology Laboratory, also located on the Eckerd campus in St. Petersburg. He's sharing some FWC video of a unique manatee capture the rescue team did on the Hillsborough River in September.
It's rare to have these opportunities, but we have done it before.
Andy says they used the strong bond between a mother manatee and her calf for the rescue. The team were able to get a net around the calf. Then they used that calf to lure the mother manatee into the net.
Well, I mean, she's definitely putting herself in probably an uncomfortable situation being this close, knowing that, but you know, again, that the calf is probably squeaking underwater, and it's just that desire to be there with her calf.
You can see the team finish circling around that adult manatee. Andy says they had to capture the mother because she was having buoyancy issues.
1, 2, 3, pull!
Andy says some other animals would have just taken off after their calf was captured. Turns out FWC has known this mother manatee since 1995. Through their photo ID program, they identified at least 9 calves the manatee has given birth to over the years. She's now recovering at Zoo Tampa.
Looks like 2 bottlenose dolphins.
Andy says with thousands of manatees dying over the past couple of years in Florida, it's very important to rescue every single one, especially breeding mother manatees.
You know, she's getting these calves to a weaning age and then getting pregnant again and having calves. So that's really what keeps the population going, is those kind of females that are good moms that are continuing to, have calves.
That's very valuable to expanding the declining manatee population and overall conservation of the animals. In St. Petersburg, Josh Rojas, Spectrum News.
Andy says he's grateful to the public for alerting FWC about the injured mother manatee. If you need to report one, you can call 1-888-404-3922. The Bucks making history in another continent. The significance behind this Sunday's game.
I always knew I wanted to be a meteorologist. I called our local TV meteorologist and said, I want to do what you're doing. I want to share that love of weather with other people. We are immersed in it every day with Weather on the Ones. Whenever I'm out in the schools, I talk about how math helps us explain everything that happens in the atmosphere. Sunshine, blue skies. I love taking advantage of all of that. I'm doing what I said I wanted to do when I grew up. This was really the only path for me.
So this one-size-fits-all network upgrade is the best you guys can do?
Better than that. It's the only thing we do.
That's how we know it's right for you.
You're just gonna have to accept it.
Yeah, accept it.
No, you don't. At Spectrum Enterprise, we design solutions around your needs for success on your terms. Because we believe technology only works if it works for you. So go ahead. Be unreasonable.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
You know, here at Spectrum News 13, we are here to help the community prepare for anything that may come up weather-wise. Sunshine, thunderstorms, hurricanes, we get it all. So we have to provide an accurate forecast because here in Central Florida, we pretty much live outdoors. I love going out and enjoying our great parks, checking out some of the local restaurants. Living here just gives everyone an opportunity to be outside as much as we possibly can. Another spectacular day here in Central Florida. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Carey with your Weather on the Ones forecast.
Had a pretty nice day today after some areas of fog early on this Saturday. Welcome back into your Weather on the Ones. Thanks for checking in with us here on Spectrum News 13 on this Saturday night. I'm meteorologist Chris Gilson. Going out to that sunset that we had earlier on Saturday evening. This one in Palm Bay from Vicky. All those gorgeous colors in the sky with some clouds overhead. There were some showers in portions of Brevard County earlier in the evening, sparking some of those clouds, but the rain chances will be fairly low through the rest of the evening, and we may squeeze out a few showers as a cold front works our way on Sunday. Can always get the latest forecast. Send us those weather pictures right there on the Spectrum News app. Just go to the weather section, and above Clytron 13 interactive radar right there on the app, you can send us those weather pictures. This is a look at the Whitekurt Realtors Hallmark Properties Skycam looking over EDC. There's Camping World Stadium. A few clouds overhead in downtown Orlando, but overall a pretty nice day. We hit a high temperature of 83 degrees in Orlando. Average high is 79, and we'll actually be closer to that normal high of 79 when the front works through on Sunday. May see a little bit of rain tomorrow, as I mentioned, as the front moves in, but it's not going to be significant or widespread rain. An isolated thunderstorm possible, but I think it's just going to be general showers. By 5 o'clock, most of us are rain free, and the showers are down to the south and east of Melbourne. As we go into Monday morning, we'll wake up to some cooler temperatures starting out in the 50s. So for your Sunday, again, a slight chance for a few passing showers. Temperatures mid-60s to start at 7, 8 o'clock. By 10, 11 o'clock, we're in the low to mid-70s. The big weather story, that's along the St. Johns River. We saw the St. Johns River after Nicole moved through come up a bit. Good news to report is that the Little Wekiva River is likely going to stay below flood stage. There was a flood warning for that river, but it was canceled because the water levels did not rise that much. However, we're still looking at major to moderate flood stage for many spots along the St. Johns River. This is a look at near Sanford. We're right there teetering with moderate flood stage. May come up to it a bit here as we head into Monday and Tuesday, but it's not going to be a significant rise, so that is some good news in Sanford. For tomorrow, looking at a chance for a passing shower with temperatures into the 70s. We'll take a look at the extended forecast and the tropics in less than 10 minutes. Right now, it's Clytron 13.
The Tampa Bay Bucks are now in Germany, set to kick off against the Seahawks Sunday morning for the NFL's first game there. Here's a look at the players overseas ahead of the big matchup. There are a few players that won't be suiting up tomorrow, though. The inactive list includes wide receiver Russell Gage Jr. and linebacker J.J. Russell, who are recovering from hamstring injuries. They joined the list late on Friday. Guard Luke Gadecki has not played the past few days because of a foot injury. League Commissioner Roger Goodell told a fan forum in Munich that the NFL will have at least 4 games in Germany through 2025. The current agreement includes Sunday's first game, plus an annual game over the next 3 seasons. Germany has become the NFL's top market in Europe. The commissioner didn't take questions from the media, but the idea that both the New England Patriots and Kansas City Chiefs are lobbying for next year's game could also become a reality. Sticking with sports now, our Luke Hetrick takes things over with your Minute. He has an update on the Magic's star rookie.
Oh, it is in fact a super Saturday, and guess what? We are feeling as such. What's going on, everyone? Luke Hetrick, this will be your Sports Minute. This is Paolo Banchero's 20th birthday present. You are questionable for Monday night. Yeah, we're not exactly the best gift givers around here, but still, this is a guy that did miss his last 2 games with a sprained left ankle. Jamal Mosley did confirm he did practice today. Banchero leading all rookies in points, rebounds, and free throw attempts per game. Happy birthday, by the way, Paolo. If $2,700 is the going rate to be a good teammate, Pat Maroon will gladly spend every single dime of that. Take it back to last night. He came to the defense of Cal Foote. He was a victim of a vicious blindside open ice hit by Caps forward Nicolas Aube-Kubel. He was ejected from the game. Foote left and did not return. Maroon, you hear, see meanwhile standing up for his guy, fined $2,700 for unsportsmanlike conduct. Washington and Tampa get to meet again Sunday night at Amalie. Coming up, the GOAT of women's golf, how Annika Sorenstam giving a local tournament a major boost. We'll see you at 10:30.
Actor and producer Alec Baldwin filed a lawsuit on Friday in connection with the deadly shooting on the Rust movie set. The lawsuit was filed in Los Angeles. It is the first legal action where Baldwin alleges wrongdoing against someone related to this tragedy. Baldwin, who is listed as a defendant in a 2021 lawsuit by the movie's script supervisor, filed the cross complaint against several crew members. It names the production's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, assistant director David Halls, and prop master Sarah Zachary, among others, for irresponsibly allowing live bullets on set. Tesla is asking other automakers to build cars with charging ports that can work with their cars. The company made that announcement in a blog post. They are asking other charging companies to add Tesla-style plugs to their chargers. For now, non-Tesla vehicles wanting to use Tesla chargers have to buy a special adapter, and sometimes the adapter doesn't even work. No companies have announced plans to make changes to their charging systems as of now. For the first time in the 67-year history of Disneyland, characters in wheelchairs are now represented in one of the attractions. The California theme park unveiled 2 dolls in wheelchairs on the It's a Small World ride. The project took more than half a year in what Disneyland says is its aim to look with a magnifying glass for opportunities for inclusion. The president of nonprofit Disability Inn says these new dolls are a fantastic addition. Disney has plans to add similar characters to the ride at Magic Kingdom. There's a new Attractions Insider podcast episode to talk about. This one jam-packed with updates to some of your favorite attractions, including some big changes coming to Universal Studios. Hosts Ashley Carter and Allison Walker are diving into details of things to come at the Orlando park, which primarily impacts multiple Kid Zone attractions. They also talked about the anticipated return of Fantasmic to Disney's Hollywood Studios. The nighttime spectacular has been on hiatus since March of 2020. You can get the inside scoop right now on the Spectrum News app or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Ever since January, we kind of knew what this group had. No one really noticed. No one on the outside noticed. No one really believed in us.
Defying expectations, how a high school football team is still trying to prove their talents as they head into the playoffs.
Central Florida Beyond the Soundbite, a Spectrum News 13 podcast that offers a closer look inside the issues, available now on the Spectrum News app.
We are connected, engaged,
From the moment we rise, we move, we adjust, we learn, explore, relax, and grow together so we're ready to build a better tomorrow. Stay informed throughout your day with the Spectrum News app, exclusively for Spectrum customers.
The future of connectivity is here, where mobile and internet work hand in hand to create one seamless network that works to automatically block threats. Powerful enough to run smart cities, yet made for you. This is Spectrum One. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile working together as one. That's seamless connectivity. That's Spectrum One.
Medicaid and CHIP offer free or low-cost health coverage for kids and teens. These programs cover doctor's appointments, hospital visits, prescriptions, shots, and more. As parents, we get peace of mind knowing that our children are covered if they are sick or get injured. You may now be eligible for Medicaid too, even if you've applied in the past. Enrollment is always open. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
My favorite thing about Central Florida is the people, our neighbors, our friends, our coworkers.
There's something so special about those early morning hours, and it feels amazing to go out into the community sharing real, authentic stories.
When you connect with someone at a personal level, there's a trust.
I think it's great to start your day in a way that you feel connected, especially with the morning news. You hear about the weather, the traffic. It's everything you need to get out the door and feel like you're ready to tackle the day.
Your morning news on Spectrum News 13.
We are tracking a cold front to bring us some changes for the second half of the weekend. Welcome back in. I'm meteorologist Chris Gilson with you on this Saturday night. First, let's take a stop in the tropics. Good news to report is that the tropics are a lot quieter compared to a week ago. Hurricane season ends on November 30th. Of course, we've seen tropical systems develop outside of the typical season that runs from June 1st through November 30th. We're well past that climatological peak of hurricane season. However, as we learned this year, it can be well past the peak of hurricane season and get two hurricanes. Hurricane Ian, end of September, and then early to mid-November, we have Hurricane Nicole. But this week, it is all quiet across the Atlantic basin. We're just tracking a couple of cold fronts for the upcoming week. The first front will work through as we head into Sunday. May trigger a few showers as it moves through, but more importantly, it's going to lower the humidity and lower our temperatures a bit. Notice those highs for tomorrow staying in the middle to upper 70s, only about a 20% coverage of rain for Sunday. Into Monday, we'll wake up to temperatures in the 50s, so we'll be kind of cool to start, and then highs will stay in the middle to upper 70s. We get a touch warmer on Tuesday and Wednesday because our winds will start to shift around out of the southeast, and that southerly wind will warm those temperatures up a bit more ahead of our next front. That front works in on Wednesday, kind of like the front that we'll see on Sunday. It's not going to spark much rain, keeping the rain coverage down at 20%, and then those high temperatures fall back into the 70s by the end of the upcoming week. This is a look at the humidity levels, and the humidity levels were up today. They're going to start to fall as we go into Sunday and Monday, climb for Tuesday and Wednesday along with those warmer temperatures, and then take another dive by Thursday. Here's a look at the extended forecast showing those low rain chances through midweek. And then temperatures do warm up for Tuesday and Wednesday before falling back into the 70s for Thursday and Friday. Maybe some showers late in the week into next weekend. As far as the pollen level goes, we're staying low to moderate through Tuesday. Pollen forecast brought to you by Van Dingen Law.
Eastlake High had a tough break at the start of the season, but together they overcame it. The Eagles enter the playoffs as district champs with the #1 seed. Saturday night, Eastlake will host Orlando's Olympia High School. The Eagles feel they have plenty to prove, but as Spectrum Sports 360's Olivia Stacy explains, those tough moments showed what they're really made of.
Eastlake High is ready for the playoffs.
Ever since January, we kind of knew what this group had. No one really noticed. No one on the outside noticed. No one really believed in us.
They proved doubters wrong. At 9-1, the Eagles enter the playoffs with the #1 seed in Class 4M District 6, a position they're not taking lightly. Especially senior Jake Bechtel. He's back on the field after an injury in fall camp derailed his season.
Every day they go hard for me, I go hard for them, and I just love it. I just love being back out here.
When the Eagles lost their starting QB, it was tough. Linebacker Caleb Coburn had to step in.
That was a transition. Hats off to our coaching staff because it happened. Jake got hurt in fall camp, so we had to transition quickly.
The entire team rose to the challenge.
We were just so old as a team, mature as a team, that when Caleb came in, we knew we had to tweak some stuff with their play styles, but we knew that we were mature enough, we were going to come in and we were just going to listen to our coaches, trust in the process, and we were going to make plays regardless.
After dropping their first game of the season, they won 9 straight. Bechtel may have been sidelined, but he was still involved in every game.
Made sure, every day I'm out here, help my teammates out, helping Caleb out.
Being a linebacker, Coburn knew how to read defenses. He's helped Eastlake average 43 points a game on offense, while on defense allowing an average of 21.
It was actually easier than you might think because I know how to read a defense better now.
And now the Eagles have 2 talented quarterbacks in the mix.
He's actually played a really good role at quarterback this year, being able to be three-dimensional because he can throw and he can also run the ball pretty well. So, and then Jake being more of a thrower, but he can still run.
Their offense is multi-dimensional. Senior Luke Yoder, the son of former Tampa Bay Buck Todd Yoder, has rushed for over 1,200 yards with 20 total touchdowns.
So this year we've been kind of looked at as underdogs, so I think that's played a big role into us. We've come together as brothers and just been able to play well together.
Hey, hurry up!
Bob Hudson is in his 20th season as Eastlake's head coach. He says the best way to describe this team is tough and resilient, but the players credit him to their success.
Coach Hudson's a great coach. I've never been around a coach I've respected and wanted to be around more.
The Eagles' response to adversity has given them confidence they can contend with anyone. In Tarpon Springs, Olivia Stacy, Spectrum Sports 360.
Another day of assessing the damage, how residents are processing their losses as they start to return home.
The expert injury attorneys at Todd Minor Law are proud supporters of our local community. Now, here's a look at some great upcoming events.
Central Florida is a community where people quickly become connected with one another.
When you watch your evening news, you'll see a reflection of yourself, your issues, your neighborhood.
And I hope by seeing our stories, people become better informed in